In this mini-series of the Mount Rushmores of different eras, we are on episode 3, and it is one of the hottest ones to talk about. It is the Attitude Era, and we're going to break it all down with EB over from the Gym and 10 Sports channel, the ultimate crossover event here. So stick around, buckle up. This is Triple Threat Wrestling. Welcome back to Triple Threat Wrestling. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We drop daily wrestling content. Real quick, affiliate links are in the description box below. Make sure you check them out. Support your boys at the Triple Threat Wrestling Podcast. We have EB from Recognized Game over at Gym and 10 Sports. Really excited to work with him for the first time here. So, EB, how are we doing?
I'm good, man. It's been a long time coming. I've been waiting for this. I'm excited.
I know it's been a minute here. So, MVP, you excited to break down some Attitude Era?
Yeah.
All right. I want to see some attitude with it, though. I want to see a little bit of attitude there. So,
no, I'm not.
All right. Well, anyway, you know what? Special guest goes first. I'm going to let you go first. Who is your number one on your Mount Rushmore of the Attitude Era?
So my number one, like my first overall, or just the first one I'm putting out?
It don't have to be in any specific order.
All right, cool. Let's just go. Let's go with the man that's running the show right now. I'm putting Triple H on the Mount Rushmore for the Attitude Era.
All right.
From DX to the Game to him taking over, like Triple H is one of the pillars, I think, of the Attitude Era.
Matt's not gonna like that.
Hey. People got their own opinions. They're entitled to them.
We were just talking about this before the podcast. So that'll bring me to number one. I'm going Triple H too, not in any specific order, right? But I was gonna tell Matt, like, you know, we're looking at the D-Generation X, we're looking at the Game, and a lot of people say he got where he was because he was with Stephanie, but I mean, when he did get a chance to break it through,
one of them.
Yeah, when he got a chance to break through and show what he can do character-wise, I mean, come on, he's the Game. Like, he's me there the whole time, you know, like, and I mean, come on, do you want me to do it right now? You want me to spit the water on the ceiling? Man, I'll spit water all over this damn microphone.
There's nepotism all over sports, entertainment, all those things, and like you can look at certain guys.
Ronnie James.
That's a prime example. Like he got in because of that, but what does he do with it? Like he's had some games in the G League, but he really hasn't been shit yet. Triple H got that time to get the ball, and he ran with it.
Yeah,
he didn't fumble it.
MVP, give us the reasons that you were telling me beforehand.
Okay, my hot takes. I just feel like he was a placeholder till people got back, but in being a placeholder, he did break through. I would say he broke through, but I don't think he gets those opportunities if Austin doesn't break his neck, if Shawn Michaels doesn't break his back.
Sure.
If The Rock doesn't go out in Hollywood and does the Mummy.
Yeah, I mean, those are valid points.
I get what you're saying, but like it's next man up mentality. You know what I mean? Like how many people get that opportunity if Hogan doesn't go stale and leave WWE and that doesn't run shorter? Ultimate Warrior is who we thought he was going to be. How many people get that chance after them? Do we get the clique as a whole? So like without getting a chance, whether somebody slips up, gets hurt, or whatever, nobody really gets an opportunity.
That's
and then I also feel like he's banging the boss's daughter. Oh, let's throw this guy some bones.
If anything, he gets
like you did say, nepotism.
It's all of our crushes.
He could have fucked it up. He could have messed up. But he didn't drop the ball when he got it. Sure, getting in the door is what got him in the door, maybe, but he did well with it.
Yeah, all right. I'm just all right. I'm not saying he wasn't great. He's not one of my pillars. My number one pillar being Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ooh, that's a nice segue, Matt. Nice segue there, just to go to the next one.
Yeah. No. Well, my first one.
Well, yeah.
So Stone Cold Steve Austin, to this day, the highest selling, grossing shirt in history of wrestling. That Austin 316 shirt. Still to this day,
It is.
the most sold ever.
It is. I actually had one of the Stone Cold shirts that had him like with the snakes as his arms, and it had a button in the shirt. So when you pressed it, like you'd hear glass shatter. If you pressed another button, you'd be like, "Oh hell yeah!" But then you wash that shirt and it's done, so you never can play it again. But no, that's a solid pick, Matt. I mean, obviously Stone Cold he's goated.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, he's. You think Attitude Era, you think of Stone Cold, you think of him flicking off his boss, kicking his boss's ass, everything we all want to do to our boss. Stone Cold lived it.
He did.
Quick question: didn't he so when he got into that, was that King of the Ring?
Yeah.
Was that somebody else's failed opportunity that he capitalized on as well?
Fair point. fair point.
So again, got a chance, didn't fumble it, came up with one of the greatest catch lines of all time right there on the spot. But you look at Triple H too. I don't want to keep leaning on it, but it was an opportunity given that was taken advantage of. I have Stone Cold on my list as well. I'll make that my second one, but we got to keep the same energy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no. Before we go to pick number 2 and start the second round here, we just talked about how Austin had one of the best-selling T-shirts of all time. Let's talk about T-shirts for a minute. Pimp your brand there behind you, EB. We got some nice T-shirts here.
All right. Well, let's start off with I got this Mamba Combat series, so we're taking mixing Mortal Kombat and basketball players and kind of making them playable video game type characters. So the first one in that collection, and shout out to my man Will Walker out of South Carolina, he's the artist I've been working with on these, is the Wardell, which is our Steph Curry character.
Yeah,
the Combat logo up there and everything. Got the meters on there. It's his sharpshooter handles and his taunt. You have to go to sleep on there.
Yep. Hashtag CM Punk.
For sure. And then this one was the latest edition, is the Le King, the LeBron James version.
Yeah,
toilet
that's
paper.
good too.
You
said toilet paper.
I'm just kidding.
And then I actually got 2 more of those. They're coming out soon. I was just talking with Will. We're doing Caitlin Clark and Luka Doncic to be the next 2.
Ooh.
And then my hip hop heroes. This is one of my favorites.
That's one of my favorite shirts.
Red Bull and Wolverine, Red Man and Method Man as Deadpool.
Oh, nice.
One of my favorites by far.
I'm gonna mess around and give me one of them.
Let me know, man. I got him here. This one was my guy, Aaron Rickaby. He's actually out at Des Moines here. He's a tattoo artist. Super talented cat. Did that. He actually drew that one by hand. He was really excited. We were going to release it because my birthday is 4/20. So last year on 4/20, we were going to release the Red and Meth. We didn't have it done in time, but he did a hell of a job on it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell people where to find your shirts. How can they buy them? Where do they go?
You can find me right on Whatnot. It's in my _bag 2023, just like it is on all my social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Whatnot. If you hit the code, you go to Gym at 10, you'll see it under our shows or on my social medias. There's an invite code to Whatnot that'll get you $15 off your first purchase. So tap in with your boy.
Yeah, that's awesome. And again, so one of the other channels I started, Gym at 10 Sports, I've entrusted the content to some great content creators, and we got EB and his brother CB DeBully doing Recognized Game. Make sure you go check out this channel. That is one of the best sports episodes you're going to watch because they break down everything. So go check it out. The link is also in the description box below. So had to give you some flowers here before we move on. So, but now we got to come back to the Mount Rushmore. Who's your number 2?
Number 2, I'm gonna go just like MVP said, Stone Cold Steve Austin, man. Like, if not the best, he's 1A, 1B. Stone Cold kind of speaks for himself, just like you said, with the merchandise, with the beer, with being able to flip off your boss and coming back from an injury like that. Stone Cold, even to this day, is still one of my favorites in the WWE universe.
Yeah, the crowd pops a lot when he comes back. Every single time.
That glass break is going down.
I would give you more information on why he should be up there, but I'll save it for my number 2 pick because it's also Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, obviously he's goated. If you're thinking Attitude Era, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Close second with some others, but you just can't beat the catchphrases. You can't beat the T-shirts, and to the fact that we're almost WrestleMania 41, and the crowd still gives people the what treatment. Like, bro, like that is. he has forever impacted wrestling. When he's dead long from now and he's gone for long, wrestling fans are still going to give people the what treatment. They're still going to be popping for a glass shatter. Like, he impacted wrestling forever.
Absolutely.
You know, and it all started with one little promo with the King of the Ring, like we were talking about a little bit ago. So, if you don't got Stone Cold Steve Austin on your Mount Rushmore, you're wrong. Let me get a hell yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And he was a beast on Hot Ones too.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even
he was. Nope, did not flinch. He's like, this is good.
Yeah, right. Oh, this one's hot. Just kept pushing.
Yeah, this is hot.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, MVP.
My number 2, The Rock.
Can't go wrong.
Definitely not the first to cross over into mainstream like Hollywood, but he did it the best.
No question.
And just everything he's done in the WWE helped him obviously develop skills needed to do that, you know, to do everything one take. But, you know, there's no Attitude Era without The Rock. So you have Stone Cold. You needed somebody who was at his level or above to kind of counteract him, and you have that with The Rock. Main evented 2 WrestleManias in the Attitude Era.
Yeah. More than that, right?
They ended up main eventing 3 together.
Yeah.
But that one happened later.
Trickled into the other era, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, my number 2 is The Rock.
I can dig it.
Absolutely. I can smell what you're cooking.
Oh, there you go. EB, we're coming around for number 3.
I mean, let's just make it easy again. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, from the Nation to when he finally got to break out on his own, and like when he really got going. We talk about catchphrases and merchandise.
Yeah.
There's a whole show built off a Rock catchphrase. I don't know if anybody's seen SmackDown, but
about to be on his 1,000th episode.
And there's The Rock's influence right there. I mean, you can speak to him in the ring, outside of the ring. I hear they're making another Mummy movie, which is ridiculous, but I mean, whatever. But probably my favorite of all time is The Rock. So The Rock definitely goes on my Mount Rushmore.
You know, and it's mainstream media, right? I mean, in Kendrick's one of his diss tracks to Drake, he says jabroni.
Right.
There's a Rock thing. Like, I mean, so quotable. I mean, so I dig it. MVP, who is your number 2 pick?
The Rock?
It doesn't matter who it was, because my number 3 is also The Rock. So I had to throw a quote in there. But I mean, come on, dude. The Rock is The Rock. I mean, promo skills, 10 out of 10. Goated. Some of the best promos of the Attitude Era is from The Rock. And like you guys said, like, he's really good at changing his character. So when Rocky Maivia wasn't hitting, he joined the Nation. He told them, let me be heel. I will be a heel. I will get it over. And he did. Mm-hmm. And then look what happened when he came back. You know, all these times he comes back and it's like happy-go-lucky Rock. You have to be in this storyline with Cody. So what do? You make the final boss. And that created a whole other character that I didn't even know I was going to love. I love it.
And then they mess it up.
Don't even get me started. I released a new video on TikTok for those of you watching, and I kind of had some gripes and concerns about the whole Triple H era right now. And make sure you check it out. Yeah. So, I mean, The Rock is right up there with Stone Cold. Like, if I had to pick one or the other, it's a very difficult choice. Very difficult choice. So that'll be my number 3. And I'll send it over to MVP for his number 3.
My number 3 is The Undertaker.
There you go.
Now you have you're trying to build more character-based wrestlers in an era that's you know, that it kind of needed it. So you have a dead man. And he was great. Big man, told very compelling stories with his manager, Paul Bearer. And, you don't, the WWE, I don't think it's into the Attitude Era without people like The Undertaker just to help steer the ship until it starts getting popping again.
Yeah, for sure. I respect it.
So I got The Undertaker as part of my Mount Rushmore for Attitude Era.
All right. We're sending it over to EB.
Well, this is a shocker. My fourth and final member of my Mount Rushmore for the Attitude Era is the Dead Man. I mean, just like you said, like we've said with all these guys, you can't have the Attitude Era without them. With the stories they've had together, some of the other stuff, you add in Kane to this situation, things of that nature, the corporation, all of these things, even him being able to switch and go to the American Badass version of the Undertaker, which was a little later on, but we kind of still count it. But like, and his longevity, man, the streak, all of that, the Undertaker defined the Attitude Era and character work, not from being that supernatural kind of being that everybody bought into and loved. Even now, you hear that gong. Is it dong or gong? Which side of y'all on?
Bong. No, it's a gong. the gong.
So every time you hear that, just like hearing that glass break, or you hear "You smell what the Rock is cooking," like those sounds immediately, you know, Taker's coming, something's going down, and he still pops up nowadays, even though it's whatever, really. But Taker definitely belongs up there.
You know, I'm gonna go against all you guys, and this is a big shocker for my number 4 or fourth and final one. I'm gonna go the Undertaker. So, he's one of my favorites. In my number 2 of like all time Mount Rushmore, it's Shawn Michaels and the Undertaker. For me, that's always going to be the case. And I mean, Undertaker was great. I mean, Attitude Era, he was hanging people from crosses. He had me as a child believing that he murdered his parents in a house fire and severely burned his brother Kane. And somehow Paul Bearer was like the stepdad. He made me believe all kinds of shit when I was growing up. So, and I mean, and this isn't that era, but like just the match quality and the bangers he put on the rest of his career, like he's gonna be in every Mount Rushmore for me. You know, from Attitude Era on, it's always gonna be him. So yeah, Undertaker, the Dead Man, the American Badass, he's gonna be my number 4. We're gonna go to Triple H. Or Triple H, Matt. You still got me screwed up, man. That you don't like Triple H. I'm still thinking about it.
No, I never said I didn't like Triple H.
You hate him.
I just said he's not on my pillars for. He's not one of the 4 pillars for the Attitude Era for me, and I'll tell you why. My 4th is Vince McMahon.
Okay,
that's respectful.
There is no Attitude Era if Vince McMahon doesn't go on TV and say Brett screwed Brett.
That's kind of a fact there. That's kind of a fact.
And come on, Stone Cold needed somebody to beat down every week. Who did everyone want to see beat down? Mr. McMahon. Who did the Rock? Who did the people want to see The Rock beat down every single week on Raw after Stone Cold injured his neck? The Rock or Mr. McMahon. And Triple H being the villain of the Attitude Era, I feel, who did they not want to see him team up with? Mr. McMahon.
McMahon, yeah.
Fair.
So my number 4 is Mr. McMahon.
You know, I was prepared to hate your answer, but you sold me. Like that's a hell of an answer. Like, I didn't even think of Mr. McMahon, but like he was a hell of a character through that era.
He's a character that truly kept kayfabe alive because he was an asshole outside of the ring too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He might still be kayfabe alive. Like
yeah. So I'm gonna throw you guys here for a loop. I didn't tell you guys we're gonna do this, but just like I do with wrestling from the 313, and I try to pay homage to him. I got to pay homage to Recognize Game here. So this week in wrestling, for the last part of the show, who's holding that L, EB?
This week, I think right now, because this has been such a lackluster build so far to WrestleMania, I'd say the fans, because there's just so many swings and misses. Like, I expected there to be so much more going on with the New Day right now. I expected about Jay going for the title. Like, there was so much. I thought we'd have something with The Rock, who's now mad that people said he wouldn't be there, but that's his own damn fault. But like,
yeah.
Outside of like John Cena and like CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns ish type of things, they're just kind of dropping the ball. Really, like it's hard to get excited, even on the way to Elimination Chamber. But I'd say right now the fans are taking the L, man. Like you said in your video, like a lot of us were hyped up for this Triple H era, and it started off with a bang. But outside of like Hell in a Cell with Drew and CM Punk and little spots here and there that just kind of all the little bloodline things we've got that have been super exciting, there's been nothing. Like the Money in the Banks have been lackluster. Outside, I like Tiffany finally cashing in, which was great. I'm excited for, hopefully it's her and Charlotte. But right now, I'd say the build and the fans on the way to WrestleMania are taking the L.
All right. Matt, if you're not familiar with Recognized Game, someone's got to hold that L every single week. So who's taking the loss this week? Who's holding that L?
This week. This week strictly?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bailey.
Oh.
So she took an L on Raw. No.
She won on Raw, I think.
All right, she won on Raw. I'm gonna still go Bailey. So she won on Raw. Great. She's in the Elimination Chamber. She's not gonna win that. They promote her being in the Celebrity Game yesterday, and she didn't do anything in that game.
She got a couple minutes. She got
a couple minutes, but I saw her maybe get 2 rebounds, and she went like 0 for 2.
Like Barry Bonds and Jerry Rice as the coach was weird, even though it was like Bay Area. That whole thing was weird.
Yeah. And then tonight on NXT, she took the L against in that Fatal 4-Way for the women's title. Yeah. So I'd say overall, her week this week in wrestling, she takes the L.
Fair enough.
Love her, but she gets the L.
Well, as much as I just talked about how much I love Triple H, Paul Levesque is holding the L this week because on Raw, you had your mid-card Intercontinental Champion lose in an Elimination Chamber contender match. And you're supposed to be building these mid-card titles up. And I said, okay, it's Bailey. I understand why she probably won, but you shouldn't have really done that to your mid-card champion. And I said, it can't get worse from here until SmackDown, when your other women's mid-card champion, Chelsea Green, loses clean in a Elimination Chamber contender match. There's no respect for these titles already, and that's why Paul Levesque has to hold
I would not have just omitted them from those matches entirely.
Correct. They don't need to be in there. Watch my video, MVP. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I break that down, but
I agree with that. Like, I think like if it wouldn't have been just us, the mid card as a whole, because outside of Braun Breaker, like where's Shinsuke? Mm-hmm. The women's mid card's been a joke. We haven't even really seen the titles defended, except for maybe Michin. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like that was supposed to give more people things to do and make these seem important, and it's just again falling flat.
Yep. And that's part one of my plan for the end of this episode. We also have to do a bully of the week. Did I do it right? EB, who's the bully this week? Who had a great week?
You know, until he takes a definite L, Jacob Fatu. Like, just kind of fumbling back and forth with this, but they need to, like you said in your video, they need to strike while the iron's hot with this one, because it doesn't get hotter than that Fatu chant. You know what I mean? And since he came in, it's been dub after dub after dub. His only loss I talked about on Recognized Game was a dark match against Cody. In singles, at least, singles competition. So, like, if they can capitalize on what he's been able to do just in this short amount of time, we got WrestleManias for years set up off of some of these just stare downs. So Jacob Fatu, until you can tell me and show me an L he takes, he's taking another dub.
I'm going to do my next one. The bully of the week is also Jacob Fatu. I had it in my head all day that I was going to bring that up. And, I mean, you got to strike while the iron's hot. I said in my video, the fans are chanting for him. And I don't want him to win a Royal Rumble in 2 years and we don't give a shit anymore. Right. And then they shove him down our throat. He's good in the ring.
Roman
He's
Reigns.
A monster. Put him up right now. Give him a mid-card title, a United States Championship run. Shinsuke and LA Knight can only fight each other so many times for it. So give Jacob some respect right now. He's doing good. I mean, I love him.
What if they skip that, though? And, like, what do you think about Jacob Fatu Money in the Bank winning?
I like it. I do like it. I think he would cause a lot of destruction in that match, too. He would F some people up. And, you know, I like it. All I could say is, you know, do I think that he needs to do more and win something like that? Yeah. So, MVP, who's your bully of the week?
Okay, I'm gonna rewind back. I changed my answer for the L. Bailey, you're good. So after All-Star Weekend, TNT was airing AEW Grand Slam.
I was just watching it.
The L goes to AEW, not for having Grand Slam so late, but if you noticed, their ring was so small. They had like a 10 by 10 ring. It looked horrible.
I thought that was just me. It did look really small.
I read something. Oh, they sourced a small ring that their ring aprons don't fit, and I'm like, no way. I'm sure they'll have it. They go on air with that small ring. I'm like, no. The presentation was bad. It was bad. Yeah, AEW and Tony Khan take the L. Now, bully of the week, I could go Jacob Fatu. I should go Jacob Fatu. He is the bully. Just to keep from the monotony of things, my bully of the week is...
I like it.
Okay,
Kevin Owens. He after Raw, CM Punk and Sami Zayn have a banger of a match. He just tosses. That was last week, wasn't it? Yeah.
We'll work on your bully of the week skills. Don't worry.
No. I still say it's Kevin Owens because that the story that that they're bringing with Sami Zayn, and obviously it's gonna turn into a WrestleMania match. That would be a great one. I think it would be for obvious reasons, but yeah, just so I guess my bully is a week late. I'm still going Kevin Owens.
He had that car promo this week that was solid though. Was that this week?
Was.
Yes, absolutely.
Really good promo. You want to talk about like promo work? Kevin Owens, and a lot of people are in their bag right now with that.
Yep. And then he just signed. He's just extended with WWE, which I'm happy to see that he's not going to AEW. So happy.
Yeah. The thing is with WWE, right now there's only like a very few select good things going on, and Kevin Owens is at the top of that because this is a good heel story that like everything is misinterpreted. Like he's attacking Sammy because you didn't get my back as your friend in that match. It isn't that like, oh, you just do like the storytelling's so great, and then it's like Cody and Kevin, I would take a bullet for those guys. They backstabbed me. Like, you guys think I'm the villain. I'm not. They screwed me. Roman screwed all, and it's valid.
Yeah.
Roman screwed us. How dare you do
And
that?
you go into the Rumble and you go to his aid right away.
That was great. Because he did do that. I noticed that. And I was like, damn, Sammy didn't. I said that in the Rumble when I was watching. I'm like, damn, he didn't even help his boy, but he helped Roman up. And they brought that. That was for a reason. It was so great. I do have an honorable mention for L of the Week, by the way. Hold the L. Me.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I said I was going to keep these in order, and now we're talking about This Week in Wrestling, and now this has to be part one.
So,
Anyway, you were going to say something, Matt?
No, yeah. If Bully of the Week, like you guys said, it should be Jacob Fatu. But if you were to pick someone not Jacob Fatu, it would be Kevin Owens.
I agree with that.
I'll take it.
I like it. So, again, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Go check out the merch at In My Bag Apparel. It's going to be in the description box below. Check out Recognized Game on Gym and 10 Sports. Check out everything, man. We got so much great content. You're missing the boat by not subscribing. So, MVP, we'll see you on whatever part drops next. I don't know what the future holds.